We'll tell you how Cody Rhodes' reaction to The Rock led to a WrestleMania 40 change. Plus, we have an update on the WrestleMania 40 documentary, and an AEW star is making an in-ring return. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. Admittedly, WrestleMania 40 is very much in the rearview mirror right now, to the point where we can only just about still see it on the horizon, just behind that petrol station there. But still, the way in which we got to that Mania main event is still talked about and will be for many, many years. And one of those behind it, Brian Gewirtz, who is The Rock's creative writer, essentially, for his WWE run, was on the Masked Man show this weekend. And he talked about a pivotal moment in the build to Mania 40 and how Cody's body language was a major catalyst for change.
Yeah, Brian said Cody is a human being who is genuine and real, and he wears his heart and emotion on his sleeve. In Alabama, on the February the 2nd edition of SmackDown, certainly, even if you tell me that would never work, it's stupid to propose it. The idea was supposed to be, it's like Nixon-Kennedy debate, a little bit where you read the transcript, you're like, Nixon kicked his ass. If you watch the actual footage, he was a sweaty, terrible mess. Sounds like he's talking about me. Cody, it was supposed to be in some form like, yeah, flipping A, go on, get him, Rock. You're gonna get your ass kicked, Broman. Let's do this. And this uplifting promo. Instead, he looked like someone shot his dog in the face in the parking lot. Just look at his expression. By the way, someone else, even when the team wins, looks forlorn, upset, and despondent.
That, I don't think, helped matters. It might not have changed or affected anything. Certainly on paper, I don't blame Cody for that. He's real and one of the realest people I've ever met. He said what he had to say in the promo, but you couldn't mask what he was really feeling. And I think the fans felt that a lot. They felt like he doesn't mean a word of this being forced for him to say. He's despondent. He's literally doing the Michael Cera Arrested Development / Charlie Brown walk out of the arena when he's supposed to be on cloud 9. I think that had a lot to do with it.
Cody Rhodes, I doff my cap to thee for going into business for yourself for saying, this doesn't work for me, brother, without actually saying, this doesn't work for me, brother, because it was a fantastic performance. As Brian says there, that's exactly how it went down, and I'm glad Cody did it, because we wouldn't have got Cody in the main event without that.
It's funny because there is still that conspiracy theory element of the fact that, this was always going to be the plan, and all this stuff was made up along the way. No, I mean, I think the telltale sign for me when I realized that this wasn't part of the plan was when you had Cody walking out like Charlie Brown as he left The Rock to swear it with Roman Reigns, and he has that forlorn look back. And that little cut was removed from the YouTube version of that segment, which to me said they don't want us seeing that.
I'm shocked as wrestling fans we didn't just want to go along with The Rock and Brian Gewirtz's best plans that sort of shafted away over a year or a bit more's worth of storytelling. Hey?
Why didn't we just go with that? We should just be told what to do. There's 2 documentaries that people want to know about. One of them is the WrestleMania 41, which Brian's involved in, which we'll get to in a second. But the other is the upcoming $7 production, Who Killed WCW. And in this interview on the Masked Man show, Brian talks a bit more about that as well.
Yeah, he says, let me dispel some things. Vice is not buying this show, and if it's a retread on the WWE version of the WCW story, it's hard to sell a show. We're pitching shows all the time. They're not buying it if it's the same old, same old. That was our pitch. Yes, we have some strong WWE ties, but this isn't a WWE story. Yes, Raw got great, and that made a dent, but Raw's ascension isn't even in the top 10 of the reason as to why WCW imploded, even if the WWE version of the show, whether it was their intention or not, gives the impression that it is. We need to tell the actual story from the actual people who were there. We have to. This is something that no version of the WCW story has ever done before.
We interviewed top Turner executives and have them tell the story unfiltered. That's really at the heart of the matter, the relationship between Turner Broadcasting and WCW. We got Brad Siegel and top WCW and Turner executives. Ted Turner's son is also interviewed. We've got big names like Bret Hart, Kevin Nash, Goldberg, Booker T, and Sharmell, Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo, Diamond Dallas Page, Conan, David Arquette, Medusa, and we even have The Rock speaking on it from a this is what we were seeing on the WWE side perspective. But we truly wanted to tell the real story of WCW from the people that were there and not the WWE version. So that means we're not going to get a talking head from Gerald Briscoe going, "We kicked your butt." Which is something that for some reason I always remember from the telling of that story.
Yeah.
We kicked your butt.
I always find it interesting though when they have like the WWE Legend contract people on stuff like this, because you always think, oh, they're receiving some form of income from the company still today, so are they going to go in as hard as they would do if they weren't getting that source of income? Names like Kevin Nash, who's included there, springs to mind. He doesn't seem to like having a go at Triple H's pals WWE at the moment. So.
Oh, but don't get me wrong, having a go at WCW is absolutely fair game. I think there's no hard. I don't think anything will come back from WWE if Kevin Nash goes in hard about what an absolute mess WCW was at the time. If anything, he might get a bonus for doing so because it wasn't when WWE were running it. So, and you know, it's not a WWE thing. WCW, not that they ever ran WCW. Although
let's start that rumor now, Tom.
Well, I remember. I remember when it was so bad at WCW in sort of 2000 when Vince Russo turned up that people thought he was a double agent going in to destroy it from within. So that was a rumor that caught my eye on the forums when I was consuming it in 2000. Yeah. Maybe we'll discuss that. I hope so. The other documentary that Brian and Dwayne Johnson are connected with is the WrestleMania 40 documentary, the one that was meant to come out days after WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was the Wednesday after WrestleMania, wasn't it, on the YouTube channel, but it just didn't happen.
There was a lot of rumor and innuendo about The Rock holding it hostage based on the fraught nature in which we got to the WrestleMania main events. Brian says that's not the case.
I think there was an error in terms of promoting it so soon because it wasn't ready to come out. So that was an error that was made. But this was a doc that I think went from 11 minutes to 45 minutes. Now it's over an hour. It's pretty awesome. 11 minutes to 45 to over an hour. How the hell does that work? Well, it's almost as if something happened that wasn't supposed to happen. Like Cody Rhodes going, that doesn't work for me, brothers.
The 11-minute version would have just been The Rock's comeback, shots of the crowd being really excited, and everyone going, it's so great The Rock's here to save wrestling.
Cody Rhodes saying, The Rock's so great, we could not have done this without him.
Yeah, exactly that. So the twists and turns have added over an hour onto the runtime of it. And there was obviously a lot of people saying, oh, well, The Rock needs to sign off on it first, and he might not be happy with the way he's presented it. There's been a lot of mixed reviews around Dwayne Johnson and his role in the entertainment realm coming out of WrestleMania 40. It's certainly shone more of a light on some of the ways he allegedly behaves coming away from that, and so obviously when the documentary was delayed, they went, oh, it's him again. It's Dwayne again.
Yeah, but the documentary is coming pretty soon, says Brian. So in some form or fashion, it is coming pretty soon.
It's a really good interview they do on the podcast. Do search out The Masked Men wherever you get your podcasts from. Hey, we got to send some congratulations to Ruby Soho and Angelo Parker. Cool Hand Ange and Ruby Soho officially got married this weekend.
Yeah, over the weekend there, John Silver posting that lovely picture on the old Twitter machine. I'm going to assume I wasn't alone in not realising their relationship was real until the pregnancy announcement on that AEW show not too long ago, and now they've got married. It's all the best to them.
Have they?
What do you mean?
This is not a storyline.
Hey?
Of course it's not. Cool story, bro. Congratulations to you guys. Where does it leave Saraya, formerly Ruby's bestie? Well, Saraya, we can reveal, is getting back into the ring this week on Dynamite.
Yeah, she'll team with her outcast friend Harley Cameron to face Timeless Toni Storm and Mariah May on Wednesday. It's Saraya's first match in over 3 months.
She's been away for a long time. Do you foresee like a more consistent run for Saraya at any point now, or do we think that this is going to be like bit matches here, there, and everywhere?
Consistent face on TV, yes, but consistent matches I think will be, as it should be, with her history of health issues and whatnot and getting injured and all that sort of stuff. It should be few and far between just to keep her safe more than anything.
I think more than anything as well. I think this would be more chance to showcase Timeless Toni and Mariah May heading into Double or Nothing this weekend. It's a busy weekend for the rest. It's a busy week for the wrestling as well as we get ready for King and Queen of the Ring from Saudi Arabia on Saturday, which we'll have live reactions to with Andrew and Adam, and then you've got Double or Nothing on Sunday with you and I doing live reactions to that as well.
Yeah, both when the shows are going on live, just come on this very YouTube channel. There will be 2 sets of men watching those shows as the shows are going on live. But also this week we've got pitches for King and Queen of the Ring coming out on Tuesday, pitches for Double or Nothing coming out on Wednesday, predictions for Queen and King of the Ring on Tuesday, it's Wednesday and Thursday. They're all just coming out, the predictions and the pitches. The podcast podcast on Friday. It never stops.
We're just spaffing you with predictions, live reactions, 9 pitches.
So many.
So much right in your face as well.
And we've also got the true story of the first Double or Nothing going live tonight.
So it's the show that launched it all, really. I mean, obviously you had the bet, the all-in bet, but then this was the one where we properly had AEW established as a thing, and the journey properly began here, many believe, and you can find the story behind it later today on this very channel. And for the latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out cultaholic.com. Go wipe your face. Stay safe.
Bosom! That's what Tony Storm does with Mariah May.
Oh!
Bosom! Ooh, me tits!